Joseph Parker says that Anthony Joshua was not the hardest puncher he has faced. Although he does caveat that by saying, from the fight that we had in the 12 rounds, there wasn't anything big that caught me, so I can't really judge his power, but I have been hit harder by other fighters. Probably he would have had to hit me flush to really be able to judge. So those are the words of Joseph Parker. And this is something that you have to watch out for when it comes to fighters saying who hit them hardest. Because unless everyone that you've been in the ring with has caught you flush with full power an equal number of times, then it can be quite difficult to gauge who actually hit you hardest. Sometimes there's one particular outlier who catches you. He might not even catch you on the head. He might hit you on the body. He might hit you on the shoulder. And as soon as you feel the shot, you think, wow, that's harder than anyone's ever hit me before. I don't want to let this guy hit me on the chin. But other times, there's not that much in it. And that seems to be the case here with Joseph Parker talking about Anthony Joshua's power. Joshua never really landed the right hand flush. So Parker never really tasted it. Parker's chin was never really tested. And that's another thing. When it comes to punch resistance, fighters' chins, some fighters get credited with having an amazing chin. And my question always is, well, who's hit them on it? Just because they've been a number of fights, 20, 30, 40 fights and never touched the canvas, does that mean they've got such a great chin? If nobody's really hit them? And an example of this would be Vitali Klitschko, who gets credited for having this amazing chin. When Vitali Klitschko only ever got hit with a lot of big shots in one fight, and that was against Lennox Lewis. Now, obviously, Vitali Klitschko's got a decent chin, or else he wouldn't have been able to come through that fight with Lennox Lewis. But was that Lennox Lewis delivering his best ever punches? Or was that a 37-year-old coming off a year layoff who was about, 10, 15 pounds overweight? Yes, it was. And Lennox Lewis was a good puncher, don't get it twisted, but he wasn't one of the great heavyweight punchers of all time or anything like that. So, and you look at other people Lennox Lewis has fought that have been able to take his punches without going down. Now, a lot of people went down from his punches. Don't get it twisted. Andrew Golota went down. Michael Grant went down. Shannon Briggs went down. Razor Ruddock went down. Tony Tucker went down, so on and so forth. But there are plenty of people who Lewis hit with a lot of clean punches who never touched the canvas. Ray Mercer, who famously had a great chin, he got hit by far more, let me tell you this, far more clean Lennox Lewis punches than Vitali Klitschko did. Way more. Mercer didn't go down. Frank Bruno, he got hit by a hell of a lot, and this is a Lennox Lewis who was younger and much fitter than the one who fought Vitali Klitschko. Frank Bruno got hit with a hell of a lot of Lennox Lewis power punches in the 7th round, didn't go down. David Tua got hit with a few, not that many actually. He's not the greatest example, but you get the point I'm making. Somebody like a George Chuvalo, right, back in the days, you can say that this guy has got a great chin because look at the guys he went in with. Look at the punches he took over a consistent, period. Consistently over a protracted period in his career. Look at somebody like a Ray Mercer. Same thing. He took big shots from a lot of big punchers for a protracted period in his career. Whereas Vitali Klitschko never really did. So his chin is not as tested as some of these other guys. That's why Vitali had a good chin, don't get it twisted. But that's why I'm a little hesitant to put him in the same category as a Chuvalo or a Mercer or Oliver McCall or any of these guys whose chins were tested more than his was. And again, that's another thing you have to watch out for is, somebody might have never been stopped. They might have never been down. Maybe they've got a good defense. Maybe they don't really get hit like that. Doesn't necessarily mean they've got an iron jaw. And similarly, with Parker saying Joshua's not the hardest puncher he's been in with, that doesn't necessarily mean he's not the hardest puncher he's been in with, because Joshua never really hit him that hard, never really managed to catch him with his full force. So hard for Parker to judge, and he says that himself. Anyway, just a little video there talking about what Joseph Parker has said, and just telling you what to watch out for when fighters say these kind of things. This person don't hit that hard, or that person don't hit that hard. Did they really get hit properly? It's like when Deontay Wilder fought Artur Szpilka, right? Szpilka, after the fight, said Wilder don't hit that hard. Well, Szpilka only got caught once by Wilder's full power, and he never felt it because he was out cold. And the man said Wilder don't hit that hard. You were out cold, bro, from one punch, and that wasn't even Wilder's hardest shot. Wilder could have hit him harder than that, but Wilder was struggling to find his distance and timing with the right hand throughout the fight. So he landed a couple shots, but nothing with full power at all on Artur Szpilka. The final right hand that caught him, the one that ended the fight, that was by far the hardest punch he landed in the fight. And even that wasn't his hardest. So Szpilka can say Wilder don't hit that hard, but he's lucky that he only tasted one decent right hand from Wilder in the whole fight. So anyway, yeah, let me know what you think about this in the comments, people. I'm out.